One of the very first things that you should make when you get your TM7 is a stock paste. I would recommend the vegetable stock paste, but I'm going to show you the chicken, which is also quite versatile. I've saved it in my weekly planner. There's the vegetable, let's do the chicken. And straight away we can simply start. And we're going to place in the chicken fillets. Now they do say partially frozen. I forgot to do that, but that's okay. I'll show you what happens. We're now going to put the lid on and basically make chicken mince. Next, we're going to press play. And that's what we've made, chicken mince. So that's perfectly fine. Let's just put that in a bowl. So I've now just set that aside and we're ready to put the rest of the ingredients in. So we're going to put mixed white root vegetables like celeriac or celery, onions, garlic. So I've got that there. You'll also notice that my celery is frozen. You can put vegetables in frozen. Nothing wrong with that. So garlic, onion, celery, any of your white veg. You could even use zucchini. I've used zucchini before. And some herbs. These are from my garden. So if I suggest one thing, grow some herbs. They're so cheap to buy and grow. They're not cheap to buy from a supermarket. So I have some thyme. I'm even going to whack in some spinach, some leaves from a sprig of rosemary or two, and a whole heap of parsley. You can tick that off and press next. Now we're going to blend this. Okay, we're going to scrape down the sides. Push that all down to the bottom. And if you've got frozen veg in there like I have, you might need to blend it again. But I think that's pretty good. Now we're adding in a heap of rock salt. Don't freak out. We need a lot of salt, okay? That's the preservative. And we're only going to use a teaspoon or 2 or 3 maybe in our stock paste, soup, when we're making up a liquid stock, whatever it is. Some white wine, a bay leaf, a whole clove, and some coriander seed. We're going to add back in the reserved chicken mince. Okay, 25 minutes is up. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. We have a pretty dry, thick paste here. Doesn't look terribly attractive, but that's okay. Next thing we need to do is blend it. So although it doesn't say to, I'm actually going to force everything that's up on the wall down into here so it gets included in the blending. And for 1 minute, off we go. Now if this was the vegetable stock paste, it actually goes up to speed 9. It's also nearly 100 degrees, so that's pretty hot. And we know it's hot because there's that red light bar happening. Woo! Wow! That is so super tasty. All you need to do now is pop it in a jar and keep it in the fridge. I've made quite a mess here, but here it is popped into a jar and I'll keep it in the fridge. That'll keep in the fridge for a couple of months. You can actually freeze it if you want to. Don't forget to read up here the tips, because this will tell you, like the first line, that a tablespoon of stock paste is roughly equivalent to 1 shop-bought chicken stock cube. And to make chicken stock liquid, use a tablespoon of this magic ingredient and add it to 500 grams of water and you'll make a liquid stock. Make your stock paste. There's such a valuable ingredient in your kitchen. There's a vegetable, chicken and a beef. There is actually even a fish stock paste. So get cracking with your stock paste, put them in your fridge and your freezer, and they will be an invaluable ingredient for all of the recipes you have coming ahead. Can I also say too, that don't just use them when the recipe on Cookie Juice says use a teaspoon or a tablespoon of stock paste. Think outside the box a little bit. When you're adding salt to anything, like a casserole, even some bread, think about adding your stock paste instead of salt. It'll give a really, really good boost of flavor to your dish. Have fun.